Hey everyone, I am here to do a super cute Yoda Valentine's design. You can also do this for not Valentine's Day if you want to, but I am doing some specialty tags for my Valentine's Day orders, and one of them is Yoda one for me. So you can see my little puppy girl wandering around over there. If I have to yell at her a lot today, it's because she's mischievous. So I might have to stop, take breaks, and Poppy. Oh, she's fine. She's getting her a toy. But yeah, so this design, I'm using a very specific mold. It was a little pricey. I will post it in the group. I'm going to use it, of course, because I have it and I want to use it, and it makes it a little bit easier. However, you can always improvise with other molds, and they might have a Yoda mold that is cheaper, of course, and I'll look, and I'll have them posted in the groups. But this is the mold that I have. It makes it super easy. We're actually going to do the actual face of Yoda as the cake ball part, and then I'm going to attach this little body. You see, it's pretty simple, and once I pop it up, you'll see the other side, but you can also freehand this by just using some light brown candy melts and just piping it if you want to just attach the body. But you could also do the entire thing out of cake, and then dip the entire thing in a shade of brown, and then just dip the top part, the head part, in a green color. So that's another option, but I'm going to teach you this way just because I feel like Yoda, I bought this mold because I feel like Yoda, I'll get more orders for Yoda, so it'll come in handy for that. But and like I said, I will post additional molds if I can find any on Etsy for you guys, so that it's a little bit more affordable. But so I'm going to use this mold. I have some heart sprinkles, the big red hearts, which you can get hopefully locally. I'm not sure. I got these from a farmer's market, but I'm sure you can get them on Amazon and other sprinkle related places. You need some sort of stand to hold your cake pop. You need your shade of green for your Yoda. For the brown, I have, actually I already have some candy melts in a bag, and this is just white mixed with some brown candy or chocolate candy melts. And these pastry bags, of course, came from Amazon, and they reheat very well in the microwave, so that I don't waste any candy melts at all. And you need lollipop sticks. That's an essential ingredient to this process. And that's pretty much it, other than your cake pop. I do have some black candy melts for my eyeballs. I'm going to keep his face relatively simple. And then I also have the same green color in a pastry bag as well. So, and a cake ball, of course, that's sort of important step. So I'm not going to keep this guy super round. I'm actually going to re-roll him. I call it a him because it's going to be Yoda. And then I'm just going to make it a little bit more oblong, like that. So it's not perfectly round. So that's going to be our base. But I'm going to dip my lollipop stick in my candy melts, and then we're going to go ahead and insert it into our cake and let it sit while we talk about it. Arrow. Be quiet, Arrow. My dogs like to talk to each other a lot. And we're just going to let that set up while we pop our mold out and all that. Okay, so let's see what this is. So I'm also using the ears for this. So, Arrow, stop. Be quiet. So I'm just going to pop them out. This was actually in the freezer, but you can see it makes the most perfect ears ever. It even has the grooves and everything, which is why I invested in this mold. Of course, with molds, you can write them off because it's a business expense. So, and then I'm going to pop this part out. And one of my little arms kind of fell off. That's okay, I can fix that. So you can see here, this is what it looks like. But I'm going to fix this. I'm going to grab a toothpick. Sometimes this happens. I kind of let my brown sit for too long, so they didn't stay connected very long, or they didn't have a chance to set up together. I'm just going to add a dab of green right here, and I'm going to attach it back. See? Now we're back together. Okay. I'm just going to set this to the side. And this is going to be a very fast process because we're just going to dip our cake pop. We're going to add our ears before it sets and add our body before it sets, so it's all one cohesive cake pop. And then we're just going to make our little Yoda hold a cute little heart. And that's it. Super simple, easy peasy. So let's get her done. Let's just dip our cake pop in this pretty green shade. This green shade is actually white and green candy melts, more white than green. You can make it with like Color Mill or Chef Master Candy Colors. If you prefer to go that route, that's fine. We've dipped our cake pop. You want to let it, I just spin it around a few times to make sure that it doesn't pool on one side because we don't want a messy looking Yoda. And I think we're good. Seems to be setting well. Okay, let's add our ears. And like I said, I'm doing this while they're wet so that way they hold well. I mean, it's already cute as shit. Cute as crap, sorry. Starting off 2022 with a potty mouth. And then we're just gonna attach this directly into the cake pop. Like, how stinking cute is that? So we're gonna let this set up. Poppy, stop it. She's so mischievous. She's got to get into anything. So we're gonna let this set up completely, and then we're gonna add some black dots for our eyes. So we want to take our, actually I'm gonna do black and white because I'm gonna add some little white dots just for some 3D dimension. So I'm gonna go heat these two up in the microwave. While that, oh, I also want some brown because I want to fill in the ears, and I'm going to do it in the same color as the bottom part. So I'm just throwing this in the microwave for 20 seconds. And Poppy, you better not be chewing on my chair, girl. You better not. No, ma'am. She's always got to be into something. You cannot turn your back. She likes to dig through the trash cans. We got to keep all the doors shut. Ugh. She's a little devil, but she's a puppy, so that's to be expected. All right, so I'm just going to flip them and do it for another 20 seconds. We're also going to add a little nose in the same shade of green, but I'm just going to use a lollipop stick for that. This isn't quite set up, but I'll go ahead and add it just with a little dab of candy melts. See? Little dot. All right, guys. So as soon as this sets up all the way, we'll do the face. But in the meantime, I need a paper towel. Should have got some wax paper out, but that's okay. Just to make sure my chocolate flows nicely. And we're just gonna fill in our other second color for our ears. Perfecto. Let's go ahead and add our heart. I'm just going to do a dab of the same color. He's so cute. All right, let's see how our black is. That seems to be pretty set. Our black is not quite all the way melted. Sometimes that happens. Let's see how our white is before we... a little bit more. So, like 10 seconds more. We'll nuke it. All right. So, like I said, you guys could do these for anything, for a themed order or whatnot. It doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day, but I was excited about the Yoda One for me theme. I think that's super cute. So, all right, let's see what we got now. Pretty good. Okay, So we're gonna do a bigger eyeball than what we normally do. You could use poppy paints for this as well, but I'm just gonna go with the candy melts. See? And I'm actually gonna let it set flat while it dries, because if it has quite a bit of candy melts on there, so if I try to leave it setting upright, the black dots might try to run, and I don't want that look at all. So we're just gonna let them kind of sit there for a minute. So you could use this mold with fondant. You see down here, it has the thing for like the embellishment on his cloak. So you could always do fondant, because obviously if you use candy melts, you can't bend it, but you could just do a little section of it if you wanted to. But I don't need it to be that complicated, and to me it's just an extra step. It looks like Yoda, that's all I really care about. So, but if you want to do more fancy details, you're welcome to, of course. So let's add a little dot in the middle, and you could use a lollipop stick for this too. You're probably gonna hear my husband, he's outside. So I did 2 little dots, and then I'm gonna do a dot up here and a dot up here. Super cute. And then I want to add just a little bit of like wrinkles. You know how Yoda has a little bit of wrinkles on his little head? So I'm gonna leave this set here, and then I'm gonna nuke my green in the exact same color. And this is also a step that you don't necessarily have to do, because it does take extra time. You can clearly tell that's Yoda, but just for a little something extra, I want to do it. And it won't really take that much work. Let me check on my puppy girl. She's playing with her puppy. My arrow is sleeping. So yeah, got to keep an eye on the dogs, because, you know, they're crazy. So once again, I'm nuking this for 20 seconds or so, and then we're going to see how it feels in the bag. And it's good. So I'm going to squirt a little bit out in my green container just to make sure it flows well, and we're good. And then I'm just going to add a couple little lines. And we'll do a little mouth. I'm just gonna do it in the same color. And there's Yoda. So stinking cute. Super easy, not complicated. I kind of love that it looks sort of like a little baby Yoda, because that's what I was going for. But that's it. Super simple. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Like I said, I will post links and everything in the group. So, post pictures in my group so that everybody can see how stinking adorable your work is. But thanks for joining me. I'm on to teach another class right after this. So happy New Year, guys. Thanks for joining me. Happy poppin'.